Let's turn our attention to oil. Some big moves there on that front today, Brian, because we saw OPEC Plus agreeing to increase output faster than expected by roughly 650,000 barrels a day. Now, it's important to note 650,000 is not a lot when you consider that more than roughly 1 million barrels a day have been taken offline because of Russia, the conflict with Ukraine. But this is a big reversal for Saudi Arabia.
Well, it's a big reversal, and we have to keep in mind that 648,000 barrel a day announcement from OPEC Plus, one of the more boring streaming services, in my opinion, is actually more than expected. Do you get it? Plus,
we got a joke. Yes.
Yeah, but it was more than expected. So regardless of how you kind of cut it or slice it, that increase in supply you would hope would be better for oil prices, which have remained extremely elevated. However, we did see crude oil in both Brent and regular measures go up in the wake of that announcement. Crude oil now at about $115 a barrel. Keep in mind, very elevated and basically back up to those highs that we had seen earlier in March.
Well, and we're seeing that move because I think that the market understands that this is not going to make a huge dent when you think about the shortage that's now been created as a result of a lot of Russian oil coming offline, the Western sanctions, which could increase or decrease output by as much as 2 to 3 million barrels a day. Now, important to note this point on Saudi Arabia, though, because there is a bit of a thawing that's happening. The fact that Saudi Arabia moved, obviously they're de facto leader of OPEC, the fact that they moved points to the fact that they are hearing the U.S. demands. Of course, there's been a lot of conversations behind the scenes. There's reports today from Bloomberg that President Biden is now considering a visit to Saudi Arabia next month. And just keep in mind, we've been talking about the supply-demand issue, and yet Saudi Arabia, at least publicly, has maintained that there's no real genuine shortage. And we've seen the shift today. So not significant when you consider.
But you do wonder if that tone might be starting to change. And again, it's very obvious if that meeting does happen between Biden and Saudi Arabia, what the goal of that meeting is going to be.